You always wanted to learn jazz? Let's get to it. Here is the C major scale, also known as the Ionian scale. We've talked about it several times. Two black keys are here. The first white key is C. Pass under with your thumb. Take position. So the major scale has 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the same as the first, but an octave higher. And together, this is an octave. Octave means 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. To play jazz, we're going to do the first jazz chords. And what we're talking about is the diatonic jazz chords. By diatonic, I mean playing just the notes that are within a given scale. In this case, the major scale. So if the music is happening within the scale, we don't add anything to do with something that is not within the major scale. We call that diatonic. So we're going to learn the diatonic jazz chords on C major. And so we're going to play 1, skip 1, skip 1, skip 1. So you see jazz has 4 chords here. These are root position. By root position we mean the note that is in the scale. If it is 1, that's where we start from. If it is 2, we start from 2. Start from 2, skip 1, skip 1, skip 1, until you have 4 of them together. That will be chord 2. Chord 3, start from the third. 2 black keys are here. 1, 2, 3, skip 1, skip 1, skip 1. 4 together. This is chord 3. Chord 4, skip 1, skip 1, skip 1. This is chord 4. Now chord 5, skip 1, skip 1, skip 1. This is chord 5. We're going to chord 6. 2 black keys are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1, skip 1, skip 1. Chord 5. We're going to chord 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 black keys are your guide. Here. 1 to 7. Skip 1, skip 1, skip 1, skip 1. This is chord 7. Now we're going to play this using both hands. What we are doing with the right hand is the same thing we're going to do with the left hand. But starting with a 5 here, followed by the ring finger, followed by the index finger, and then the thumb. You know, it's the opposite of what we have in the right hand. This is chord 1. Let's go to chord 2. Let's go to chord 3. Let's go to chord 4. You see I'm starting from the 4th here. 2 black keys here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1, skip 1, skip 1. You see, even here 4, what we already talked about. Chord 4. Same with chord 5. Chord 6. Chord 7. And an octave higher, chord 1. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are called jazz chords. Let's name them. Because we are starting on C, this is called C major 7. Number 2 is a minor, so we call it D minor 7. Number 3 is a minor, so A minor 7. Number 4 is major, so F major 7. Number 5 is G, so G 7th. Don't ask me yet, students, why is it called the 7th? Because I'm going to talk about it. This is called the 7th. On position 5, chord number 5. This is one of the most prominent chords in jazz. Chord number 5. And take note of it. Chord number 5, I repeat, It's the most important chord in jazz, because you have a lot of options on this chord before you could resolve to the first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chord 5. Skip 1, skip 1, skip 1. This is the most important chord in jazz. Those that play jazz understand what I mean. Chord 5. It's called the 7th or dominant 7th. Number 6 is minor 7th, and in this case it's A, so A minor 7th. Number 7 is a minor 7 flat 5. It's a minor 7 flat 5. So there's something important I want to explain right now. In a major scale, the 7th position is called the major 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is called the major 7th. And therefore, if you have a major chord and you add that 7th in the scale, it's called major 7th. Now, there's another chord known as the dominant 7th or just the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the major 7th. Once you flat it, it becomes the 7th or dominant 7th in jazz. So if you have your major chord here and you add the 7th, not the major 7th, but the flatted one, which is the 7th, it becomes a dominant 7th. And so you hear that in blues. That's the dominant 7th, a very prominent chord in blues, all right, jazz. So this is it. I wanted you to know about the major 7th and the 7th. But here's a secret. You can get any major chord on the piano and then just look at an octave higher. If this is C, to the next C. A major 7th is always a half step below the root note above. So C, C. The major 7th is just half a step below. When you flat it, it becomes the 7th. So now let's go to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. G is here. C, D, E, F, G. We play that. Where is G? G is here. An octave higher from there. So which one do you think is the major 7th? It must be a half step below. So from here, the half step is this one. From G, half step is that one. So that becomes the major 7th of G. So for us to get the 7th, we have to flat that. And in the key of C, you'll notice that when we're playing the jazz chords, when we reach the 5, there is no black key, which happens to be the major 7th. Instead, it is a flat in the key of C. Therefore, this 5th chord is called the 7th or dominant 7th chord. And therefore, it is called G dominant 7th. All right? And then we went to 6 and then to 7, like that. So I wanted you to know the difference between a major 7th. It's always found in the scale, major scale in which you're playing. Any key, all right? We're just using C as an example, but we can use this information in other, keys. Okay, so that's the information you needed to know. Chord 1, chord 2, chord 3, chord 4, chord 5, chord 6, chord 7, and then 1 an octave higher, same as that one. Right? So there's a chord progression you need to know, the most important chord progression in jazz standards. It's called 2-5-1. So you play chord 2 from the major scale of the jazz chord, which is D minor. Then you go to the 5. Then you come to the 1. 2, 5, 1. 2, 5, 1. That's what you need to know about jazz. Most important chord progression right now, 2-5-1. So practice your 2-5-1.